History is filled with tales of power, love, and betrayal. Today, we dive into one such fascinating story from ancient China, the tale of Bao Si, a woman whose beauty captivated a king, but whose influence is said to have brought down an entire dynasty. How did one woman contribute to the fall of the mighty Western Zhou Dynasty? The Zhou Dynasty ruled China for several centuries, divided into the Western Zhou and Eastern Zhou periods. The Western Zhou Dynasty, which lasted from 1046 to 771 BCE, was known for its stability and prosperity. However, over time, political instability began to grow. When King Yu of Zhou became the ruler, his obsession with pleasure, and his failure to govern properly, started to weaken the dynasty. Bao Si was a concubine of King Yu, famous for her beauty. The moment King Yu saw her, he became deeply infatuated and lost all interest in his responsibilities. He dismissed loyal ministers and distanced himself from key allies just to spend more time with her. But there was one problem. Bao Si rarely smiled or even showed emotion. This made the king even more desperate to please her. He tried everything to make her happy, but nothing seemed to work. One day, the king discovered that Bao Si enjoyed chaos and disorder. So, he ordered the warning beacons used to signal an attack to be lit, just to entertain her. These beacons were meant to summon allied forces in times of real war. Soldiers from nearby states rushed to the capital, expecting a serious threat, but when they arrived, they found no enemy, only a prank staged for Bao Si's amusement. Her rare smile delighted the king. Encouraged by her reaction, the king lit the beacons again and again each time, creating confusion and chaos for the soldiers. But his allies grew frustrated. They knew their trust was being abused. As King Yu's obsession with Bao Si deepened, his decisions became even worse. He removed his queen, Shen, and replaced her with Bao Si. Not only that, he disinherited his crown prince and gave the title to Bao Si's son. This deeply angered Marquis of Shen, the former queen's father, who decided to seek revenge. Furious at the king's actions, the Marquis allied with barbarian tribes and planned an attack on the Zhou capital. In 771 BCE, the combined forces of Marquis of Shen and the barbarians launched a full-scale invasion. Desperate, King Yu once again lit the warning beacons, hoping for help from his allies. But this time, no one came. Tired of his earlier tricks, they ignored the call. With no reinforcements, the invaders overwhelmed the capital. King Yu was captured and killed, and Bao Si was taken prisoner. The fall of the capital marked the end of the Western Zhou Dynasty, and the court was forced to move east, beginning a new era known as the Eastern Zhou Dynasty. The story of Bao Si teaches us how personal desires and poor decisions can destroy even the strongest of kingdoms. While Bao Si wasn't the only reason for the fall of the Western Zhou, the king's obsession with her played a crucial role in its downfall. A dynasty that had ruled for centuries was ultimately undone by a king's love for a woman who barely smiled. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating tales from history.